Well, hey everybody, this is Don from Wizard Tower Games. I appreciate everybody tuning into my video. Sorry about being late today with the announcement and everything of it. I had jury duty literally all day today. And, first day of jury duty, I don't have to go back, thank God. But as y'all know who've been through it, at least how it is in Michigan, is day number one is where you sit in the courtroom with the judge, the defendant, the prosecutor, all the lawyers, and they bring up the first 14 or 12 people, excuse me, and they ask you questions. They decide if you're worthy enough for the jury duty panel. Um, so yeah, I got that fun day today. I guess I'm not worthy for jury duty, so the defense attorney's team said they didn't want me. I guess I didn't fit their idea. No big deal to me because I don't want to be part of that. It was actually an interesting case today also. It was the guy who was on trial that they're trying to find the jury for was up for assault with intent to murder, 2 counts of home invasion, which is like breaking and entering here in Michigan, and felony firearms. So he supposedly had a gun. So glad I wasn't part of that because, man, that they're talking about this trial may take a full week. Got better things I gotta do. So I hope everybody's having a good night tonight. Hope everybody is doing well. I wanted to kind of address something that I think everybody has experienced. Being online, social media, it's the way society is. It's the presence that we all have now that we deal with, and that is concerned entities who crop up, and what they do is they use the fact that they can talk to people privately, and what they want to do is they're looking out for a friend, or they're looking out for the community, that type of thing. And I want to address that, and I want to talk about how I am. And there are several people that I know that are in chat or who will see this eventually, who have done business with me personally and or worked with me in a business relationship personally, and maybe they can chime in, and I encourage them to chime in, good or bad, I won't be mad, on what their impression of me in dealing with me is. Because just kind of make a long story short is this, is, it's no secret that the Lost Adventures of Gary Kahn has been delayed. And it's been delayed just because of kind of like a chain of events that, I'm not pointing a finger at anybody. I mean, shit happens, things happen, projects get delayed. For those of you who are creatives out there, we all know that sometimes you think that you can get something done. You're confident you can get something done in a certain amount of time, and then something happens and you don't get it done in a certain amount of time. And, I'm this way too when it comes to something, and that is when I'm told something, I tend to hold on to it, and I expect the person to follow through with it. But also, I tend to be the type of person that if you let me know there's an issue, I'm a very patient guy, So what basically is going on here is the Lost Adventures of Gary Kahn are currently in bind. We're getting them bound and everything. And it is a project that I think part of my problem with the Lost Adventures of Gary Kahn is that I really want it perfect. I really want to have this project. I'm trying to think how I want to put this. I think so highly of Tim Kask that I want to make sure that this project, when it's done, is as perfect as I can make it. And that strive for perfection, that strive for getting something done perfect, because you can never do it perfectly, is something that can really be kind of an anchor on your ankle, and it causes you problems because before you hit the submit button, you tend to double think and triple think, and oh my God, is this good enough? Then you want to go back and look at it. Let me look at some comments real quick here. Scott, how you doing? Glad you're here. Holly, how you doing, Holly? Thanks for coming on. Thaitis, how you doing? Me, I'm going live now, by the way. And Jim, guilty as charged, Your Honor. Thank you. Yeah. Big Vic, dealing with the Chinese is a puzzle in its own way to get stuff done. You know, real quick, Vic is a really good example and can really speak to this, and that is, you know, we all kind of base our schedule in game design and game production. We base a lot of our schedule on what other people say, and you know, although we're not dealing with a Chinese company, thankfully at this time, but that's a really good example. Is sometimes like you try to be proactive, so you involve other people, and they tell you that they'll have something done in a certain amount of time, and they don't get it done. Well, the problem is it doesn't make them look bad. You look bad because, and I'll be the first one to always say, buck stops with me. I apologize when I'm wrong. If I'm at fault, I man up to it, and I do a public video like this. And a lot of people don't. And a lot of people instead want to kind of like go the other route. And the other route is they just quietly warn people about you. And that's kind of what this video is about. Vic did Cutthroats and Thieves, and Victor knows damn well what it's like when they tell you one thing and it gets delayed and everything, and it makes you look bad, you know? So Vic, thanks for posting that comment. Holly, yeah, exactly. You know what? Posting normal games, they're done when they're done. You get them out there. You're proud of them. You want them the best you can make them. But I think when I deal with people like Tim Kask, and I've come to really like Tim Kask on a personal level. I mean, not only do I admire the man for who he is and what he's done for the gaming community, I admire the man for what he continues to do for the gaming community. You know, every week he takes his time and his effort, and he puts out a weekly video. He doesn't have to do that. He answers people. How many creatives out there who, for lack of a better word, are legends like he is, take the time to address YouTube commenters one-on-one? He'll answer your question that you pose to him. And, you know, not many people do that. And so I view I view Tim as, and I'm not trying to be corny here, but I view that man almost like a national treasure when it comes to gaming, because not only what he has done for the gaming community and the gaming genre in general, but it's what he continues to do on his own time, in his own volunteer time. Like he goes to GaryCon every year because he wants to support his friend's family. You know, Gary Gygax was his good friend. You know, I know people all over the place. Jim Wampler is one that has the pleasure of knowing who he is and gets his advice and such. You know, Tim has offered me and proffered me his advice. And yes, I want the project perfect. And yes, that has caused me delays, personally, my fault. And it just happens, you know. Thraxis, how you doing? Scott Mulder says, Don, I know you're crazy busy, but sent you a message. Yeah, I saw that. I've actually already messaged you back on it. Terry R, evening, how you doing? 10 Cars Tavern says, sadly not listening as I'm in my bi-weekly 2E game. Yeah, he does. Eric actually games a lot. I don't know how you have the time. But I wish to go on the record about Don Samora's character. The Don Samora I know has been nothing but honest and honorable with me. My lead a toe. Thank you very much. I try to be. And I try to be honest and forthright. And let me back up. I'm kind of like I'm kind of like fumbling over my words because this I'm not really sure how to say this and not sound like a jerk. But there's an individual online that is messaging people about me, and he's basically giving them words of caution about me. And what bothers me about it, and what really makes me sad about it, is the person that I'm talking about is fairly well known in the gaming community, and I've never met him. I've never talked to him, and I've never dealt with him. I've never had a conversation with him. And I'm the type of person that if I have a problem with you, if there's something I've heard about you that gives me pause, I have no problem. I'll talk to you. I'll reach out to you. I'll address it. Eric says, attorney told me I was blessed to have Don as a friend. Thank you. Yeah, they don't normally. Thank you, Eric. I really... Yeah, get back to your game. Do the important things. D&D is important. But what bothers me about all of this individual is basically asking people to be cautious about me. And I don't know, it's things they've heard, the things they've seen from other people posting, and we know that there is a lot of people online, or not a lot of people. There are individuals online, and I'm not going to name Voldemort by name, but we know that they seem to have a problem with gamers, and especially me. They have their own legal woes that they're dealing with currently, and failed companies and all of that. And I think there's a lot of jealousy generating with this person. This is not the person, by the way. But I think what's going on is the individual talking my name behind my back with people is seeing some of this, among other things, and he's just basically, I think his heart's in the right place, but execution is poorly done, if you will. So I thought about messaging myself, but I need to have some counsel from some trusted friends before I do that, because I want to make sure I don't make it worse. My first impulse is to message him and say, hey, do you want to talk on the phone? I'll be happy to talk with you. I'm an open book. I'll answer your questions. Let's get this all worked out. I want to be your friend. Maybe one day, run into you at a convention, because we will run into each other at a convention eventually. I can promise you that. And I just don't want any negativity or anything like that, because the gaming sphere lately has been full of a lot of negativity. And I just think that what we need to do as a community is to stand by each other. You do a bad thing, you do a bad thing. If you make a mistake, you make a mistake. You owe people, when people trust you with their money or people buy product from you, you owe those people an explanation. Sometimes you do owe people hey, this is why this is going on. So to start off on a morose note on the video, we're going to get into some positive things now here, is Lost Adventures of Gary Con is shipping any day now. We are literally in bind, wrapping up and doing. I have a little bit more, and this is the easy kind of binding. I have some final binding done on the individual module pack that everybody is getting, which is like the scanned copies of the original modules. So you have the original in your hands, so to speak. I got to finish up those, and then I have to go ahead and I got to make sure all the cards I'm putting all the card that I'm including in the game in these nice, I don't know if they're called, but you know how if you go to there's a PGC, PGS, the card grading company, and they give it to you in that sealed card thing with the label on it and everything. That's how you're getting this card. So I really want it really nice and everything, and so I'm getting all those cards all locked in there and sealed up and done. So we're getting the cards printed and cut and everything. So basically, just want to make sure that when you get your little box of goodies from Wizard Tower Games here, like I said, they're shipping later on this week, so probably people are going to start reporting that they're getting them probably over the weekend or definitely into next week. I want to make sure when they open up their box full of goodies, they really have some nice stuff, all professionally presented. So yeah, so let's get on to some more fun stuff to talk about in my live here tonight. WizardCon 2025. WizardCon 2025 is going to be in Kalamazoo, Michigan, the game convention. It is going to be in Kalamazoo, Michigan at the Sheridan, the Four Points Sheridan, right off of Sprinkle Road, so right off the highway. For those of you who are flying in, I am not joking. If you looked at the map, and we're going to be posting a website, a very big website, Thorough will talk about it and everything, with maps and everything. If you fly into Kalamazoo, you are literally less than a 8-minute drive from the airport in Kalamazoo, right straight down to the venue. Lots of parking, lots of secured parking. I want to talk a little bit of this. This is really cool. For those of you that are considering coming, okay, I'm going to break this video down into certain points. Let's talk a little bit about the venue. What is being offered? What is going on with the venue? I'm right now navigating the tabletop events page. I admit tabletop events page is a little bit of a learning curve for me. It's, for those of you who filled them out, they're kind of like a nightmare to get filled out fully, especially if you got a lot of stuff happening, because they don't make it, it's not user friendly by far. So I've had some challenges with it. We've already been approved, Stripe cleared our account, all of that. It's not an issue like that. It's just me getting like everything entered, because they don't make it like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They really make it like 1, 5, 8, 14, 26. It's all over the place like a hot mess. So tabletop events page will be up in the next few days. I figured that'll be fine with it happening in April 2025. We're 10 months away. If I need an extra few days, it isn't going to hurt the convention at all. Convention is locked, stock, sealed, signed, paid for, done. It's ours. They are aware of the past challenges with this individual, again, who ran his mouth. They don't care. They laughed about it. In fact, the guy who's in charge of events is a old D&D player from Chicago. He loves Dungeons and Dragons and really got excited when I approached him and said, I want to have an event here. He got really excited. And his new general manager is really into board games and such, not D&D, but board games and such. So they're really into this, really behind this. And like he said, he goes, you know, I don't care what anyone says. We're having this event here. Now, the venue itself, there is a full-line restaurant and a pub. They're going to be having a special menu. We're going to be working with them in the next couple of weeks or so to put together a menu through the restaurant. Basically, things like you're going to be able to have a bowl of orc stew. You know, you're going to be able to do orc stew, and we're going to have like filet of goblin with root vegetables, pot roast. We're going to go ahead and we're going to have just a fun menu list of specialized menus for convention goers. There is going to be, there's a full bar there, and basically they're going to be creating specialized drinks. And what I did is I have a copy of, I forget what it's called. I wish I should have got it off my shelf. It's basically a book that was put out a few years ago about drinks with a fantasy gaming theme. So I'm going to get with them and show it to them so they can go ahead and they can do like games, like game-centered drinks, like, I don't even know what we call them, but like themed drinks for gaming. So it's going to be a lot of fun for people when they show up. Also, non-alcoholic. So if you're into like Coke, Pepsi, iced tea, lemonade, we're going to have all of that there too. Don't worry. And that's going to kind of be funly named and everything. So really cool venue, restaurant, pub, rooms. Their normal rate for a room is $149 a room. For the convention and convention goers only, get this, $86 a night. $86 a night they're doing for the rooms. For those of you who go to conventions, that is an unheard of, crazy low rate. That's how much they're behind this convention. They really want people there. So $86 a night. There's tons of rooms to handle everybody who wants to show up and get a room. And that $86 a night, and this is going to be, and this is just where their graciousness and their welcoming to me has been mind blowing. That includes a full breakfast in the morning and like a buffet. And I'm not talking about, and I saw their buffet breakfast. We're not talking about some apples and oranges and some cold cereal and stale waffles. They're doing a breakfast buffet. There's going to be bacon, Canadian bacon, sausage, toast, waffles, pancakes with syrup. There's going to be scrambled eggs there. It is a full, nice breakfast. So you can get up in the morning, grab your breakfast, your chow for gaming, and you're ready to go. So very gracious of the hotel to go ahead and do that. My wife, Dungeon Meister is the name of the drink book. I love looking through it. Yeah, she bought it. Yeah, my wife is the one who went ahead and got it. Scott Muller, Plunder, 10 Wizard 20, looking forward to it. Absolutely. And Scott, we need to talk because I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do something for you. I'm going to comp you something special because of what happened with the last venue. So don't worry, I got you taken care of on that one. But Basically, so hotel rooms, awesome rate. It's got a we're gonna have breakfast. There's gonna be a lunch and dinner there for people. So don't worry, your food. They've already commented, and this is another thing that blows my mind about the hotel. They are aware that some people don't want to have some hotel food. Like maybe you want to get a pizza in from and Kalamazoo is the place to go if you like things like pizza and carry out and doing. They're going to allow you to order from Uber Eats and have food brought in. So if you're gaming and you're at the gaming table and you want to order a pizza, all the tables will be numbered. So you just simply do an Uber Eats delivery instructions. You go to the hotel and deliver to, table number 14, ask for Fiatas. And Uber Eats will deliver it right there. So this hotel is allowing people to bring food in from outside sources. You can't bring alcohol in though. No alcohol. It's actually against law in Michigan to do. Tom, Tabletop Tap Room, how you doing? So plenty of food there. You don't got to worry about food. If you, like I said, don't have food as your hotel food is your thing, you can go on and order from Uber Eats, or even if you want to go out and grab something and come on back, you go ahead and do it. For those of you who during the day want to take a break from gaming and you just want to see what else is out there, again, right at the airport, 8 minutes down from us, there is the Michigan Air Zoo, the Kalamazoo Air Zoo. Google Kalamazoo. In fact, I'm going to do this real quick. Google Kalamazoo Air Zoo, and I put it in the comments, and it's a full-line air museum. They've got the SR-71, they got the F-117 Black Hawk stealth fighter, they got World War I, World War II aircraft. Those of you who are aircraft nuts, they've got a front end cockpit of a Heinkel HE-111 World War II German bomber. They got a Focke-Wulf 190, an ME-10 or BF-109. They got a Spitfire there, all kinds of cool stuff. They even got this simulator where you can actually crawl in this round pod. They strap you in, and it's a dogfight, and the pod rotates and turns and spins. So as you're turning and spinning, you can do and all that. So if you want to go ahead and be you want to be an air combat pilot, you can go ahead and do it. Scott Mulder said, I've been to the Air Zoo. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's an awesome place, and it's like really cheap to get in. I think it's like $10 or $15 to get in. So venue. We know about the food now. We know about the rooms. What are the things that we're going to have there that might interest you as a gamer? Well, along with a large litany of people, we got people, and I have one thing on my website I need to address. I have Merle Rasmussen down as attending. Merle sadly cannot attend. He actually has a previous engagement. So Merle Rasmussen from Top Secret fame is not going to be able to attend. But me and him's working on something on the side, kind of maybe virtual or something really cool that we're going to go ahead and do. Stay tuned on that. But we got people, Heidi Gygax and Eric Gygax Garland, Heidi Gygax Garland, excuse me, are all coming. We all know who Heidi is and Eric are through Gaxland. They do some awesome games and modules. I have Eric Tenkar from Tenkar's Tavern, Tom Verrill from Tabletop Tap Room. Them and their wives are coming. I've got I've got the Greyhawk Grognard. Joe Block is coming. Greyhawk, he is the man, the resident expert on Greyhawk. We've got Tim Cass coming. We got Jim Wampler from Mud Puppy Games coming. I'm just trying to think of all the people who are coming, because I'm gonna be honest with you, my mind is actually kind of I've been kind of just been crazy here. My apologies. So going off a little list here, I'm sorry. I've got Stephen Lake, who is a fantasy sci-fi author. I've got, I'm waiting on Jeff D. I think Jeff D is coming. We all know who Jeff D is. Darlene, the lady who did all the art and also did the Greyhawk map. We got Rob Conley from Bat and Attic Games. Rob is an awesome map maker and game designer. We got David Floor from Darklight Interactive. He's going to be there with his game Ascidian Temple and some other games he has. He's working on our game, our online game called Zonk, and we're going to have kind of something hooked up there. Maybe have Zonk on the big screen where people can go ahead and play and have a little bit of fun with it. Just a whole bunch of people are coming to the event. Let me get down some comments here. RPG Grandma, thanks for tuning in. She says, cool, been in Simulation Dogfire, spins around. Yeah, it is awesome. I have not been in it, so I can't really say it's awesome, but you know what? It's awesome. I think it's awesome. Tabletop Tapping, Joe Block is awesome to talk to. Yeah, I've heard so much good about Joe Block. Yeah, and his books are awesome also. Yep, very nifty. So we've got a lineup at this point of a lot of really cool people coming to the convention that you can interact with, talk to, and do. We're going to have the normal convention stuff. We're going to have games set up when our tabletop events page is up. I encourage you, number one, if you're going to attend, you might want to get a room because they are going to sell out fast for $86 a night. The convention runs Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday. Yes, Sunday is Easter. What are we going to do for Easter Sunday? Some maybe a turn up, but for those of you who want to come, we're going to have a special thing for kids. We're going to have the Easter Bunny there. I'm going to dress up as the Easter Bunny. I like Easter. We're going to have a lot of fun. So we're going to have the Easter Bunny there for convention goers and your kids. We're going to have, I'm right now dealing with Raul Partha. We're going to do most likely a thing where kids can do their painting minis and everything, and they can win minis. All the kids are going to win something. It's going to be fun. So we're going to have like a mini painting contest for kids. We're going to involve kids on Sunday. We're going to have an Easter egg hunt at the convention, at the hall or the hotel. We're just going to do a lot of really cool stuff. And I'm working on it, and I got to work on it. But I am working on also we're going to be doing some private stuff. Like as an example, at the convention on the main floor, we have 3 private gaming rooms that we're going to have special events. And so we're going to be working with some of the celebrities where they may put on a game, and what you can do is you can sign up, and it's going to be an extra fee to game, but this is what you're going to get, is you're going to be able to not only meet with the person in game, you're going to get a copy of the limited edition module that the game is based on, and you're going to get a little swag pack for attending the limited edition game, and also we're going to have some specialized food in there, so you can go ahead and eat something a little bit unique while you're gaming with the celebrities. So we've got 3 game rooms. Also, if you are a gaming group and you want your group to do something private, we're going to have that there. I am right now working with they're called the League of Enchanted Legends. They are a local cosplay group where they show up and they dress up like Wonder Woman and Halo and Spider-Man and Master Chief from Halo. They have all the cool costumes, and they basically interact with guests, and if any kids are present, they interact with the kids and such. So we're going to have all that. So basically, WizardCon is going to be this really, really cool event over 3 days. The event is going to go from 9 a.m. in the morning until 9 p.m. at night on Friday, 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. on Saturday, and then we're going to do 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. on Sunday, so people have time to pack it up, get back on the road, get on their flights, and do. So all that's going to be on the new website and also the tabletop events page that's going live this week. So a lot of really, really cool stuff is happening with WizardCon. So that is definitely going to be a go. Just so much is going on. I've been so much enveloped in getting these books bound and getting this convention fired back up. I'm trying to think what else we got going here, because it's like, what else we don't have going here with WizardCon? We're going to have, this is really going to be fun. We're going to have a raffle where basically we're going to go around to all the tables, people gaming, and what you're going to do is for $5 you can buy a raffle ticket, or you can buy 1, or you can buy 50, whatever you want, but you buy a raffle ticket. And we're going to have a table of really cool donated product from various game companies and manufacturers. And throughout the convention, we're going to have raffle drawings where basically you're going to go ahead and you're going to be able to, everyone's going to stop, we're going to get on the stage, and we're going to say, okay, we're going to be giving away A, B, and C, and we're going to draw the raffle tickets, and you can win really cool stuff. Just a whole bunch of stuff like that. We're going to do that. The money that's raised in the raffle is going to be donated to a local charity. We're not sure yet. We're kind of like dancing around now, trying to figure out what's a really good charity. Probably do something that has to do with with kids or something. There is There is a local charity that deals with children. The money really does go to the kids. What they do is they provide kids who are dying with cancer or other illnesses, and they kind of, it's not a Make-A-Wish Foundation type thing, but what it is they kind of make their final days a little bit bearable and a little bit more enjoyable by, like giving them something really cool and nifty. And, in the League of Enchanted Legends, the group, I believe it's what they're called, they also deal a lot with dealing with sick children and stuff. So we're going to do something really fun and really nice for a charity, a local charity. I got a couple messages about cosplay. Are we going to allow cosplay? Cosplay is going to be welcome. If you want to dress up as your favorite D&D character, and we're kind of floating the boat on this, the idea, and I'd love to get people, if you go to our Facebook page, if you go WizardCon, the Facebook page for WizardCon, and I'm going to make a post about a question. I'm going to do a series of polls. Please go in there and answer the polls. And one of the polls are going to be, and I'd like to get some feedback here tonight if I can get it, is I'd like to do maybe like a cosplay contest where people get up on the stage and people like vote like by clapping like hey or whatever, do a vote where, first place, second place, third place for cosplay for a cool costume, to get people involved and get people engaged in the convention. I know a lot of people don't like cosplay, but we've also gotten a lot of feedback going, hey, I'm a cosplayer. I would love to come. I got a bunch of friends who are cosplayers. We'd love to come if we can do a little cosplay. The hotel itself is fairly large, so there's a lot of moving around, so it's not people are going to be on top of each other. And speaking of that, we're going to talk a little bit now about the gaming and the vendors. Okay? Just by the way the hotel is broken up, the main room is going to be for gaming. We're going to have round and rectangular tables set up where people can go ahead and they can game and they can engage in games and play games and such. But also we're going to have vendors there. And when you are in the gaming room, when you walk out the side entrance to the gaming room, there is like a small little break area, and then there is the two other rooms, and that's what we're going to do with the vendors. We're going to have dedicated space for vendors. Sadly, we don't have like a really massive space for vendors, so probably we'll only have enough room for about 30 vendors maybe. But there's going to be vendor space. And RPG Grandma says, you guys could do a passport scavenger hunt. I was going to bring that up. We're actually going to do a passport scavenger hunt where basically, and RPG Grandma, if you want to message me privately, message me your ideas on how to operate this, because this is one area where I just see so many different ways of working, and I want to make sure that the way we do it is a lot of fun. I was thinking about, you get a little passport, and essentially I'll give certain places stamps, and if you go there you get your thing stamped and you get a prize or whatnot. I'm not sure really how to work it, but I was going to mention it now. So drop me a PM and kind of give me some ideas on how you would work that. I like your feedback. You know a lot about conventions and stuff, and I like to get your opinion. But so vendors are going to be in a separate, not location. They're right there. Literally, it's a 5-second walk from the vendor hall right there. So it's not like they're on the opposite end of the building or the quad. We want everything centrally located. There's a couple of really interesting, I call them nooks, but like they got these little areas. And let me real quickly, I'll show you some photographs. Let's get some pictures of the venue. Let's do that. Okay, let me do a share screen with you. And that way I'm doing all this talking about the venue, but I'm not really doing anything to show it to you. All right, let me do this instead. Let me see if I can get it. There we go. This is the 4 Points by Sheraton. It is a nice hotel. RPG Grandma says, just sci-cons I've been to in comics and some other anthropology ones. Yeah, anything helps. So this image right here is when you first walk in. There is the front desk, and you see one of those nooks right here. I'll have another picture of it, but it's right where the lamp is at. What these are, they're kind of like, they have like a chair, a little mini couch, and also a television. So if you want to have like just a little small game, playing some Magic, or hook up a board game on that small table with you and some friends, yeah, go ahead, you can do it. This is more the opposite way as you're going down. There's a small little snack area. We can grab some pop and snack chips and everything if you don't want to go to the restaurant. This is a picture of that little nook, a really good image of it, actually. As you can see, it's got like a little faux fireplace, a TV, a little area where you could play maybe a board game or something, you know, and there's a better image of it. And this is from the lounge when you're looking into, this is the buffet area for the breakfast and everything. And this is down, if you look to the left, that's where you'll go, and to the left are some conference rooms where we're going to have some private gaming going on, and to the right is the large game room, which I'm going to show you a photo here in a moment. This is the gaming space. It's a large gaming space. It's got we're going to have like videos playing on the large screens for people, and not counting Merle, but we actually have a couple of surprises in store. There's going to be some people making some virtual appearances to say hello to everybody at the con. These are people that are huge names in the movie sphere. And I'll just put it this way: if you like the movie Alien or Aliens, you'll like one of our guests that are come virtually and going to spend about 10 minutes saying hello to everybody. This is the other side. Those are emergency exits in the back. But this is one of the vendor areas we're going to have set up inside of it. And let me real quickly make sure. Yeah, so, and then finally, this is one of the conference rooms. The conference rooms are pretty small, but they fit about a dozen people. There's a whiteboard in case you need to do whiteboarding, your gaming and everything. Example maps, you want to hang up a map or something like that. They're magnetic, so you can use like magnetics and everything and all that to do it. So it is a really, really nice convention space. And we're just trying to make it nice. It's the first convention, so we're going to do it a little bit smaller. I'm going to do like my friend Tim Cass suggested. He said, Don, take a step back, make it a little bit smaller, make it more boutique-like, make it where we can give a little bit more personal attention to gamers. So yes, we all like big and flashy, but you know what? I think this is going to be the way WizardCon is going to go for a while. The venue is very welcoming. They're really gamer-centric, very gamer-oriented. Like I said, the staff and the managers that are there, they do game, they do play, they are really 100% all behind this. We want to make this really special. RPG Grandma says, I love the tables in the conference rooms. Each conference room can be set up differently. Yes, as a matter of fact, this is a conference room, but this is the conference room. But the other three rooms are actually set up. They're actually hotel rooms, and they're set up very uniquely because, like, one has like round tables in them, so you can have like several. Like if you want to run like a private mini tournament. The other hotel room has another large conference table like this, but it has like a bar setup. So if you want to go ahead and you want to have a private game where you got your own stuff going on and maybe you want to bring in pizza or something like that for only your gamers, we can get it all set up for you. We're also going to offer, sorry, you got to be a 21 and over complete group. If you want to have if you want to get one of the rooms from us and you want a full service bartender there that basically does all your custom drinks, if you want a Shirley Temple, get one. If you want whatever, you can get it, that are very well trained bartenders, we're going to have that option where you can not only get the room for you and your gamers, but we'll even offer where we'll supply a bartender in there with a fully stocked bar, and you can go ahead and game and have your own unique drinks and everything else the way you want it. So we're trying to make this, we looked at this, and this is what we did. When me and my wife started thinking about this, talking about this, and I involved some other people that I trust in the gaming sphere, and I was like, hey, how can we make this different? How can we make it unique? How can we make it more fun? some of the things that came up is make it personal, make the event something that people can go ahead and be a part of, but it's very personal. So we thought about these gaming spaces. So if you and your gaming group are coming up to Michigan, or if you live in Michigan, you're coming to the convention, and you want to go ahead and grab the room from like noon till 9, you can do that. And if you say, listen, I want a bartender there from 3 o'clock till 5 o'clock, you can do that. For the one flat cost of the bartender will be there for up to 6 hours. So it's not like it's an hourly rate or anything like that. It's one flat fee, and you get them for 6 hours. Parasocial, Hail Lord Zeno, and Star Frontiers. Yes, Tom Veralt will be at the event, him and his beautiful wife Tammy, and from what I understand, Tom's going to be doing some Star Frontiers gaming. Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's what you're doing. Tabletop Tap Room sounds like the BattleTech game at North Texas. Sadly, I've never been to North Texas, but me and my wife are really looking seriously into getting to North Texas, not as a vendor. I want to go to North Texas as a convention goer. I just want to go and experience it as a geek, and be able to game with people and have fun. Tabletop Tap Room says correct. Yes, and that's another thing. What we're going to do is we're going to be in the coming weeks. The YouTube channel for WizardCon is going to be going live, and I'm going to start doing some niche videos. Like I might interview Tom and just say, Tom, tell us about your Star Frontiers games, kind of like give an idea of what you're going to be doing. I'll be talking with other people who are gaming about what are they going to game, what are they going to do. We're going to be doing some mini interviews with some of the celebrities coming and saying, hey, what are you going to be doing? Like I know Tim Kask. Tim Kask puts on games. Tim Kask is very famous for his Wheel of Blame that he loves to do at conventions and such. I don't know if he's going to have it at this one, but we know that he does like to game and do. Tabletop Tapper says BattleTech game was rumored to be alcohol heavy. You know what? And that's the thing. I look at this way. Those who drink are over 21. You know what? Be responsible. We want to go ahead and we want to have a positive experience with this gaming. You don't have to drink alcohol if you don't want to. The only reason why we offered it was the hotel brought it up, and the hotel said this might be a really cool way to make something very, very niche and unique. So if you're a teetotaler, and like me, I'm not a heavy drinker. You might see me during the entire con have maybe one gin and tonic, maybe. Sadly, they don't have Guinness. If they did, you might have me with 2 during the convention. But I'm not a heavy drinker. I'm more of an iced tea person, and my wife drinks Coca-Cola. David Floor, how you doing? I was talking really bad about you, David, earlier. You should watch the video before. Man, I was really bad-mouthing everybody. It's a joke, by the way. But at any rate, David's here. David's going to be at the convention. Like I said, David, I'm volunteering you to run Masidian Temple and some of your other games. And I also talked about maybe we'll do a demo of Zonk. Hopefully we'll have Zonk up and running by then, at least into full beta. But it'd be a really cool thing to be able to show people Zonk. Because me and David had a phone conversation about Zonk last night and kind of walked through some stuff. Not going to get into the details now. I'm going to be doing a separate video on Zonk, but there's going to be some cool stuff added to it. Parasocial Audience says, I bought Star Frontiers from Drive-Thru RPG. Awesome game, awesome game. We're also going to be, keep in mind one thing, bring your games. When Tabletop Events is up, if you want to run, Parasocial Audience, a Star Frontiers game, by all means, sign up. If you want to run a D&D game, sign up. GURPS. This is not a D&D convention, folks. This is gaming convention. If you want to play Monopoly, if you want to run Risk, Axis and Allies, bring it. Let's have some fun. Again, when Tabletop Tap Room, Tom, you're on my brain. When Tabletop Events page gets up, if you want to run a 2-hour block running Risk or Axis and Allies, sign up and do it. We want people to have a variety of games here. It's just not D&D. St. Cuthbert, no, you're no big deal. You're welcome. Matter of fact, I'm going to speak for this guy. We're publishing one of his modules. He's going to have to, if you show up there, which I think you are, you're going to have to run your game, your module. Very, very cool, old school, OSE, OSR style game. The man knows how to run a module, trust me. And his module is going to be at WizardCon. RPG Grandma says, room parties happen. Okay, room parties. Got to go ahead and bring this up. We all know that there are certain convention goers that are infamous for their room parties at GaryCon and everything. You are more than welcome to have a room party at this event. If you want to, after hours or earlier in the evening, say, hey, everybody, room 414, come on up. We're going to have a party and game and do. You are more than welcome to that. My only request is this. Please be responsible with the people who drink. In other words, make sure that if you have people at your event and they are drinking alcohol, that they are 21 or older. Michigan is extremely strict when it comes to that, and I don't want to see something happen and have a weekend spoiled because someone underage drinks, gets drunk, and does something stupid and the police are called. I can't stop that. So just do me a favor, run it responsibly, have a great time, be zonky, be zany, let's game. I'm going to have a room there too. I'm probably going to run a late night game, probably Friday night, probably Saturday night too. Invite certain people, suck people over. In fact, hell, Miami's having it open. Come on in. The water's fine, as they say. Let's have a good time. But room parties are going to be welcome. Just be responsible. I want to bring up for those of you who enjoy the 420, aka Mary Jane, marijuana. Michigan is a legal state. You can smoke it in Michigan now. However, the hotel does not allow it. And the reason why they don't allow it because there are people that don't smoke it and they don't like the smell. You also, in Michigan, and this is some misunderstandings because I actually got a couple messages about this. No, you cannot just simply go out, drive, smoke some weed, and have a good time. Michigan's DUI laws apply to marijuana also. So if you are going to imbibe in the devil's lettuce, as they call it, the only thing I'm going to say is that is on you. We're going to make it very clearly plain the rules on our tabletop events page and on our website. I'm going to do a separate video about alcohol consumption and weed consumption. You're an adult. That is up to you. You get the benefits. You get the negativity, depending. So that's all I'm going to say about it. We're all adults. I'm not your mother. I'm not going to lecture any other than that. You get that a lot. Yeah. RPG Grandma says also you need some volunteer security. I got stories. We actually have some volunteer security already. We actually are going to have some off-duty Michigan State troopers that are going to be there that are going to be doing convention security for us. In Michigan, they are deputized, so they'll be able to take care of problems in a more precise manner if they arise. I don't anticipate any problems. You know what? We're all going to game. We're going to have a good time. I'm not going to look for problems if we're not there, but we're going to be prepared for problems if they arise. Real quick, might as well get it out of the way. Second Amendment, concealed carry, all that stuff. I am not going to make this a political statement. I am not going to answer any political-based questions regarding this. I'm just going to state a fact, okay? I know that some people have concealed carry licenses. I know that people have permits for that. However, this event is a zero firearm event. And the reason why is this, is our insurance that we have that is covering this event, a liability policy that we have to have, strictly says that we have to state that no firearms are allowed at the event. I'm not trying to impinge your Second Amendment right. I'm not trying to make some political statement. No, I'm not going to make any Repub versus Dem negative BS. This is not political. This is just policy and insurance. They don't allow it. And the reason why they don't allow it is this, because alcohol and firearms do not mix. So if people demanded that they want to be able to have their firearms present, then the hotel would have to strip all alcohol out of this event. And I'm not going to do that because people like to have a beer with their stuff. And you're not mandated to have to carry a firearm to go to a convention. That's just how it is. Sorry, I don't make the rules. I don't underwrite the policy. I just have to execute the rules of our insurance policy. Thraxis says Chaosium usually holds Chaosium Con in April in Ann Arbor. Any concerns about that? No, and the reason why it's not a concern is this. There are so many game conventions now. It is really hard to hunt and peck and find a weekend that either does not fall on another convention or does not fall on the tail end of another convention to where you're like going, oh, you know, people are not getting, you know, not going to be able to come because they're going to be tired from that event. So what we went ahead and did is we basically said, okay, We thought about September, October, November timeline, but there's so many big cons like Shire Con and Gamehole Con. We don't want to step on their toes. And this is not a trying to step on anyone's toes. What this is just when you're trying to do a convention, and what we're going to do is we're going to make this convention a thing. Like as an example, from now on, WizardCon will be the third weekend every year in April. That's going to be our convention slot. Just like when you look at places like GaryCon. GaryCon has a specific weekend slot, and they do it every single year at that time. We just have to pick one. And, you know, I'm not trying to step on Chaosium Con or anything like that. People are going to be loyal to that. I respect that. But we're having our event, and I don't even know when Chaosium Con is. If anyone can look it up real quick while I'm on video and tell me the weekend. But we chose the weekend because what I did was I went to tabletop events page first, and I looked, and that weekend, according to what I saw, was clear. And then we went to, there's like a board game geek thing online where you can look and see the conventions. It's not well updated, but I still went there. And there was only one convention for our weekend, and it was like in California. And I thought you're going to worry or step on their toes. So yeah, we just had to choose a date. So RPG Grandma says, conventions I've been to usually hold panels, lectures, how-to seminars. Yes, we are. This is why I love it. This is why I like the comments, because you guys kind of bring up my old man memory and help me talk about stuff. We are going to have several panels, lectures, and we're going to have seminars about how to. I have not began my arm twisting yet, but I'm going to twist Eric Tenkar's arm to talk about maybe how to fire up a gaming vlog or a vlog period. I mean, Eric is a pretty good expert on firing up, because he had his Tenkar's Tavern online blog before he started his vlog. And I really would love to have him do like a panel or a Q&A on starting up your own, because I know a lot of people like doing that. We're trying to get our channel fired up. I'm going to ask Tom Veralt to go ahead and do a panel on Star Frontiers on how to maybe do modules. I'll address him and have him kind of get creative. I am going to be we're going to do panels. Like I'm going to try to involve people like Heidi and Joe Block, the celebrity guests, to do panels and such. I'm going to be doing a panel on world creation, like how to create like a world, you know what I mean, like for your gaming thing, and how to properly document it. Like a lot of people document their gaming world, like they'll create like Excel spreadsheets or anything. I do something unique. I use a wiki. I made my own wiki, and I'm going to provide people the wiki software for free on a CD if they want it at my little thing. Plus, I'm going to be giving away a lot of cool stuff at my events. But yes, we are going to have panels, we're going to have lectures, and also some how-to seminars. We will make this fun. Room party decoration contest. I ain't getting involved in that. I'll let you guys figure that out. I got enough on my plate doing this convention, me and my wife. As you can see, I have very little hair to spare, so I don't need to pull out anymore. St. Cuthbert says, I'll be there only on the 19th for a bit, and then in April for the whole thing. Once published, then we'll run it and give a signed copy away. Lucky player. Heck yeah. Looking forward to you there in April. This convention for me, folks, is... I was really looking forward to July. That got knocked out from underneath me. But you know what? Sometimes you got to get up, brush off your knees, and go, you know what? Deal with the issue as it comes. And boy, did this work out. So actually, to the person who got my con canceled, you actually did a better thing, because you made me find a better venue. The venue is a lot cheaper, and they are willing to do a lot more. Food on site, alcohol, rooms, room rates, specialty, food, all that good stuff. So it worked out in the end. Some conventions pick a yearly theme. Yes, they do. I think what we're going to do is start off with, we're just going to run with our first one. We're going to take it kind of easy. We're going to see where this lies. If we have a big turnout for it, maybe we'll start doing a yearly theme. That's actually a pretty cool idea. St. Cuthbert, two-handed swords, law plate, armor, heavy war horses. Yes, but you got to clean up behind your war horses. My wife, I looked up CasumCon. There's no date posted for 2025. It's the middle to end of April, and they have another one in June. You know what? I think, wait a minute, matter of fact, my wife brings up something. I actually did get questioned on CasumCon. because the dates ring a bell. I think that they moved their April one until June. I think that's what it is what they end up doing. I haven't talked to them or anything like that. Tabletop Typer as part of a 2-person panel on Star Frontier at Star Frontiers at Connecticon. Yes, that's what I want to do. I want to involve people. So people, if you want to run a panel or a lecture or something like that, you have an idea, or if you have an idea for one that you want to see, you can go ahead and email me at info@wizardcon.org. info@wizardcon.org. And I'll start adding to my panel, my email to that. Matter of fact, let me do this real quick. Okay, I'm gonna leave this up now for the rest of the video I'm doing here. Basically, Google for information. Yeah, my wife looked at Google for the information. But basically, what's going to happen is if you have an idea, you want a panel, you have an idea for an event, you have an idea for a contest. If you know of any vendors that you know that might want to attend it, go to that email, drop me an email and say, here's your input. If you have a concern, or if you have a special need, as an example, if you have any type of mobility issues, go ahead and let me know. And also, when you let the hotel know, the hotel can make sure you get it on a ground floor room. So we're willing to help you out there and such. Scott Moore, when can I start making reservations? You can actually start making your reservations this week. We're going to have our tabletop events page, almost a tabletop tap room. We're going to have our tabletop events page up this week, so you'll be able to go in there. We're also going to be posting on the website. There's going to be a special link for the hotel, so you're going to be able to click on that to make sure you get the specialized room rate. So we're going to have a link for that in the tabletop events page, so you'll be able to go in there. You'll be able to do the room, and you get your room for $86 a night. And by the way, this is a nice hotel. It's clean. It's not some dive place. RPG Grandma says, book and comic artists always like to sell and sign. Absolutely. And we've actually reached out to a lot of comic book artists. We have actually a local artist. He lives off in, I believe, the Ann Arbor area, which is about 2 hours away. And he does sculpts. Really, really, really good guy. Tabletop Tapper says, sadly, Connecticut is no longer an RPG convention, has gone straight cosplay. Yeah, some people do that. I mean, they got to go with their vibe of what they find they're making the money on. We're always going to be a game con. Passport to Adventure. That's a really good idea. You know what, Tom? Passport to Adventure. That's actually a really good idea. David Flores says, I may not be able to run a panel, but I can be part of one. Absolutely. You sure can. What we'll do is this is the whole thing. Again, info@wizardcon.org. Drop your ideas, your suggestions. You're not gonna blow up my email server. The more the merrier. I guess what I want to do is I want to make this a lot of fun for people. I want to make this a real positive experience. What I want to have happen is when this is over with, I want people to say, when can I sign up for my next one? I want people to be able to go online and say, you know what? For a first-time convention, this was really well put together and I had a lot of fun. That's what me and my wife want. And the people that we're involving, they're going to help us with this. I want this to go really nicely. And a lot of time and effort and such is going into this to make this special for everybody. Needless to say, with no RPGers at Connecticut or panel, while fun was lightly attended. Yeah. Hand of Doom says, I'll pass the word to Voss Media in Galesburg. Yes, Voss. Okay, real quick. I'm going to be reaching out to them this week also. Voss Media in Galesburg, Michigan is a local board game cafe. They do contests, like you get like a photograph, I believe, of you holding their victory belt. They got these like WrestleMania, big gold label belts, like when you win things. We're going to be getting with them real heavily. Plus, there is a whole bunch of Kalamazoo actually has like 4 or 5 game line shops, so we're going to be involving them to get them involved. We want to involve local heavily. Scott Mulder says, got to run All right, talk to you later, Scott. Appreciate it. Thraxis says, I appreciate all the thought and consideration you're putting into this. Large comic conventions have made me cynical from them treating the attendees like cattle. That's exactly what we don't want to happen. We want this, and this is the reason why we're going to keep it small. I'm going to kind of follow Bad Mike at North Texas RPG Con, his thought set on this. Bad Mike keeps North Texas small for a reason, because he wants that interpersonal, that personal vibe, that feeling that this is family, that you're gaming with friends. And that's what we want to have at WizardCon. We're going to basically, for now on, have it at small venues. We're going to go ahead and just do this lightly and such. And that way, when you're here, number one, it's not something that's overwhelming. And you know where everything is at, and you know who's doing what, and you know how to do what. Hannah Doom says, have you hit up Hoplite Games in Lansing? No, I have not, but I will definitely hit up Hoplite. I did not know they were a thing. I know that there was another game place in Lansing that shut down. Hannah Doom, if you do me a favor, can you do me a favor and drop me an email right here and let me know any game shops in the greater Michigan area that you know of, just a name and their city or state that they're their city that they're in, and I'll be happy to reach out to them. I'd appreciate the help. And anybody else, if you know of any game shops in Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, New York, within driving distance, go ahead and drop me their at least the name and the city that they're in, because I really want to make this gamer centric. I want to bring in gamers and make this a really good time. We're going to show people as a community that we can do this as a community, that people can go ahead and we're going to be positive and everything in this. RPG Grandma says, not sure what state the guy who created Skate Wizards is in, but I think he may be close enough. You might want to fire off an invite. RPG Grandma, I don't know what Skate Wizards is, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to find out who they are. And if you want to go ahead and drop me a PM or an email and give me their information, that'd be great too. Thank you, Hannah Doom. I appreciate it. Runehammer might be close enough too. Yes. And that's the thing. Again, info@wizardcon.org. If you are going to go ahead and you know of any game shops, gaming groups, gaming clubs, anything, like if they got a Facebook page, just drop me a link to their Facebook page, their group or their page. Want to make this really heavy gamer centric, because WizardCon is happening, and like I said, and I'm sure there's a million things I've missed I haven't talked about tonight. That's why we're firing up the WizardCon YouTube channel, because we're going to start doing regular updates and little mini videos, nothing hour long like this, just little 3 or 4 minute. Hey, got an update. Today's update is we're going to talk about this person's coming, a little bit of background about this person, then we're going to move on. Then maybe a couple days later, this gaming group is coming. They're going to run this group of games. So the WizardCon convention social media is really going to start firing up, and we're going to be peppering off like quick little things. Nothing long, just quick little things. So, it's been an hour, folks, hour and 3 minutes. Thraxis says movie room. We don't have a dedicated movie room, but depending on how it's done, I got no problem with maybe taking one of the spare larger rooms that we have that's a spare conference room. Some of them are large hotel rooms that they just converted into a meeting space, is maybe have like a TV hooked up in their large screen and maybe put some movies in there. Yeah, I'm up for ideas. Yeah, absolutely. But I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video now. I appreciate everybody who's been commenting, and I appreciate everybody's support. Again, you can go to wizardcon.org. That's the old website it's on right now. We're going to be premiering the new website, which is a little bit more information intensive. The tabletop events page is going up this week. Again, I just kind of got a little bit overwhelmed. I had jury duty today, but dealing with the binding for Lost Adventures, and it's just a lot on my plate. So I'm just going to say we're going to get the tabletop events page up sometime this weekend, and that way people will have plenty of time to go ahead and sign up, do, and engage and do. And remember, people, before I sign off here, this is an important thing to end this video with. This convention is only going to happen if you guys participate in it. If you guys go ahead and you guys attend it, sign up for events. And if you can't, drop a info@wizardcon.org, an email with a suggestion, an idea. Hey, I know these people, maybe they would like to come. I know this group, I know this company, I know this vendor. So don't be shy about sending us emails. We want to make this happen. And again, I'm only a small part of it. You guys are really the core of this. You're the ones that are going to either make this or break this from happening. So we appreciate your support. Like I said, a lot of work. Thank you, St. Cuthbert. A lot of hard work has went into this, and a lot more is going to go into it. Running a convention is not a simple, easy, straightforward thing. So we just want to make sure that everybody's happy. And when you go there, we have a rocking good time, because that's what we're going to do. So this is Don with Wizard Tower Games and WizardCon. We appreciate your feedback and your ideas. I'll see you guys later on this week. I'm going to be doing a couple miscellaneous videos. And I'm going to be also doing, and I cannot wait to do this video, where we do the video where we're showing you the books are done and they're going to start going out. So again, thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate your help. Appreciate your support. This is Don signing off. Have a good week, and happy gaming.